carries himself. There's the
there
broadband.
you go. Yeah,
and
like
yeah, Unicorn's on blue side. So
but I think Tahm Kench does really well against the same thing too.
Adaptation. I mean, yeah, okay. Maybe next game they will ban Tahm Kench then.
Maybe. I feel like okay.
Gnar first pick.
The Gnar first pick. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, they had went for a Gragas first pick before, which I was a little surprised by.
Count Gnar.
It does actually.
Yeah.
It was picked.
Wait, oh, he's not. Okay.
No, he should lock it in.
I saw the picking like phase away, so
right.
I thought he picked it. And I was like, all right.
Oh, nice. That like the BM. I take the same matchup as you did last game.
It's a flex though. Could go jungle. He could hide.
Hopefully he kills him this time.
Also, Thresh pick here from Biofrost.
Now you can play Xyra Khan.
You can.
No. You can play Xyra Khan now.
Yeah, you can. You could,
but actually, they probably will.
Yeah. Huh? I think now it's actually good to play it.
I don't know if it's good to play. I like Thresh,
but it's better than Braum.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Okay,
and
you're right.
Too. Also, this time,
they want
it's
Kha'Zix
not
and Gragas.
that good anyways because TSM can pick the AD carry, so they have full BOTLANE this time, so you can't ban out any AD carries.
Yeah, that's why I'm scared to pick Xyra Khan here, because if they go Kalista Thresh, that'd be slightly tough.
I think Xyra Khan against Thresh Kalista is like hard for them in lane phase for Xyra Khan, but post 6, I think it's good for them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you can one-shot, because you can one-shot Kalista.
Yeah, and you can't even do anything about it. But after, I mean, for level 6, it's so hard. It's like very, very punishing laning phase, and it's very dangerous, like volatile, exposed matchup that I wouldn't want to play both of the matchups, honestly.
I love playing the Thresh side, because like Thresh has, like, Xyra Khan can't ever go in. If he goes in, he just dies. Yeah. And you can gank it too. Like, it's actually, I don't know. I like Thresh, so maybe that's what
you're just
but he's fun. So I'm actually surprised to see the Tahm Kench pick here, because I thought that UOL didn't play Tahm Kench, or he didn't play much of it.
He does play Tahm Kench.
Okay,
his champion pools like Rakan, Tahm,
played on the last
Thresh,
Blitzcrank. Right, I was just thinking that he just didn't play against me, so I was just like, I don't guess he doesn't play. He just picked Blitzcrank, man. I was like so surprised.
A Twitch ban from TSM, I think that's smart.
Yep.
We might see, I think we don't want to see an Ashe ban in this game because they have Tahm Kench, so they don't really need an Ashe ban.
Yeah.
Might see a Tristana ban because lane phase is pretty free for Tristana against Tahm Kench, and also against Kha'Zix and Gnar, you want to have something that has more mobility, like the Tristana.
What does Samux play that's, sorry to interrupt you, but what does he play that's like range, like long range?
He does not play Ashe.
Does not play Ashe.
He has never played Ashe before. He plays Kaelin, that's banned of course.
Right.
Baros is not a champion that he likes either. I think he will pick Saya or maybe a Baros. I don't know actually. He usually pick Twitch or
Right,
yeah, he's Twitch and Kaelin, like it's all he plays.
So he plays Twitch and Kaelin, like what else does he play that'd be good here? Because so against like this lane as Tahm, you're not gonna really win your lane, so you kind of need to outscale, right? So I'm thinking like he's gonna play something that's gonna try scale.
Like you want to play Triss,
he will have the counter pick, but I think DoubleLift will pick Tristana here, or he feels Dash is good, so he picks Dash.
I think it's fine.
Against Tahm, I think it's not too bad. Oh, Jhin, of course, he plays Jhin. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I don't really like Jhin that much here.
You have skill though.
He used to play Jhin a lot with Tahm Kench. I think Tahm Kench is a very good dual lane. It's very hard to win against Jhin Tahm Kench. They're very like, if you try to punish them, you can get really easily like all in by the tongue lick into the snare, and then you get like eaten or you have to flash away. But
I mean, the thing is, like, you don't have to play aggressive though as TSM, which is kind of why I don't like the Jhin pick, because I'd rather him play something that's more outscaly, like a Kog'Maw, even though it's not like a good Ashe. I don't know what he would play here. It's kind of tough.
I think Jhin is an okay pick. You can lane with it. It's good with Tahm Kench in laning phase at least. I think Vars would have been fine as well, but given that they were going to pick the Corki with the Jhin, it makes sense to have like this kind of poke. They have Kha'Zix, Jhin, and Corki, so they have this kind of poke and run comp with Gnar as well. They have Tahm Kench to disengage, and they get arrowed. I think the comp makes sense in a way.
Actually, I like the Corki pick a lot. Corki is just one of those champions that like just makes your comp outscale. So as long as you have a Corki in there with Jhin, like you're good.
I think if they didn't have Corki with Kha'Zix and Gnar, like all this like kite and like poke and run away champions, Jhin would not be that good. But with all the champs, he has so much follow up, or so much like re-engage kind of kite back kind of mechanisms. They have traps, they have poke, they have snares, they have slows. Tahm Kench is like the last resort. You get arrowed, I eat you out, I bail you out of the problems. So I think it's a not bad comp for them. Lane base, I think they lose a little bit. But
is this the first time he's playing Corki, by the way, mid?
No, not history, but in this tournament maybe.
Right, I'm not sure.
Corki only started getting played like in 7-12, so
he has played Corki before, I believe. But, not in this tournament, I think.
Because Corki has been really, really popular this tournament. It's been doing really, really well.
I think it's very strong, and I think all the mid laners learn him.
Right, but the thing is, people are saying that Exile's mid lane pull wasn't very strong. So to see him play Corki is a good sign, but let's see if he can play
I think it's good to put on something that has a dash. Something that he doesn't just die on everything gets ganked.
Oh no.
He can prove it wrong anyways, but I think he has something that has mobility that is good for him, so he doesn't die to every gank or every arrow. I mean, hopefully he can Valkyrie out of the arrows if you see them coming just a little bit. Like after the third time you get arrow from both sides of the map, you should kind of see it coming at some point. Put a ward down or look where he's on the map. If he's hitting tower, you can see the arrow being fired. If he's missing that in lane swaps, just think about the arrow for a second. You know, like DoubleLift hits tower, or he's basing, or he's in the brush firing arrows. So just, if you see I'm not in the minimap, just take care of the arrows, right? You have a dash and a flash.
Yeah.
So hopefully you can use one of them at least.
So one thing interesting to know is that Thresh has Ignite and Tahm has Exhaust. So in this matchup, it's usually pretty even. But if one side has Ignite, that can favor the Ignite matchup to allow them to actually have kill pressure. But it's actually still really hard to kill a Tahm Kench lane with Thresh. They kind of have to mess with his Jhin, but we'll have to see. I think TSM has been playing really well in lane, so I can definitely see something happen here. But
so talking about the laning phase, actually, I always enjoy sort of hearing predictions from people like you who are very good at the game. How do you look to play the lane? Like you're playing 2-on-2. Of course, junglers exist and they're early game junglers. Kha'Zix and Hylissang, but like, what is your goal on the UOL side and on the TSM side? Like, what are you trying to do to win lane?
Well, Unicorns is probably going to give a leash to have mid support against range support, so they will lose level 1. So they give a leash to the jungler, give Kha'Zix a good start to the game. TSM will probably push the first few levels because they have double range. They have AShe stronger than Jhin, in my opinion. So Unicorns will probably just be pushed in most of the game. I think around level 5, if DoubleLift makes a mistake, you can get tongue licked into a snare that can lead to an all-in. But generally, I think there won't be much like fighting or anything unless there's mistakes, and TSM will just push every level.
Why do you say level 5 is like the window where like maybe if DoubleLift steps up, he gets...
It's where the Tahm Kench Q and Jhin Q starts like really hitting hard. I think at level 1, Tahm Kench Q just like, oh, there's a level 1 fight coming in here, I think, from TSM is invading.
He's trying to punish Raptors, looks like.
Svenskeren is doing his own Raptors meanwhile, but this is good for...
This is really, really risky.
Bad for Unicorns. They can get really punished for this.
It's exhaust down for Hylissang.
Flash for double.
Wow. I'm surprised they came out that live, being that it was a 3v4.
Didn't TSM do this before, by the way? Like one team invaded against Unicorns in this exact spot and they got punished for it. Was that you guys or was it TSM?
I think it's probably us, but...
Oh, it was C9, it was C9. They invaded this spot and they got flash played by Thresh and they gave first spot level 1.
Okay, possibly. I don't remember that game, but...
Svenskeren is taking the blue buff.
I really don't like to have to leash like this as a bot laner because you're so far behind. And in this lane especially, because of how snowball it can be, if you fall behind, it can be really bad for UOL. I really want to see TSM play really aggressive in this lane.
Also, Samux got all experience it seems, but Hylissang missed a lot of experience, so Samux level 2 before his support, which is bad.
He heavy leashed the red.
Yeah, he helped leash red. He moved back.
I think that's going to be all in here.
Ooh. And he has no W.
Yeah, he has tongue lash, so Samux has no way he's way out.
I felt like DoubleLift should have played more aggressively there.
Yeah, I agree. I think he wasn't ready for Biofrost getting level 2 there.
He wasn't ready, and they had no exhaust too. Like, he should have all in there. He would have killed them right.
By there,
bad
they could force the flash in Samux at least.
Yeah.
But,
AShe has no flash, so he couldn't kill him.
There's no kill on AShe, so they couldn't get a kill, but that was bad by DoubleLift, I think. He could have pressured more there.
Yeah, because they know Tahm Kench can't be 2.
Again? Oh my god.
This could be it. No.
He's slow. Good tongue lash.
Yeah, that was really good Hylissang. Hylissang's actually really, really good. From my experience playing against him, he's like very on top of like what he needs to do, and the way like he visualizes team fight is very good.
Mechanically, he's very, very good.
Yeah, he's like a very smart player in terms of his like micro play.
That was a weird AShe. Is it forced
He's spotting for Sven, and I think he's looking for where Kha'Zix is.
Yeah.
Because Sven stole the blue and then went down the bot side, so he's making sure that Lee Sin's safe to steal away Krugs.
Yeah. Oh, this is a very early TP dive.
This is...
Well, he has 500 health, so let's see if they can kill Samux.
No heal too. There's no W on Tahm Kench.
Oh, he has Oh my gosh.
Okay, no gray health though. This is terrible to kill. Biofrost with more turret shot.
Late TP by Sachi.
Sven's dead.
This is so bad.
Oh no, he's away. Well, good start to the game by TSM.
Wow.
How was top wave for Vizicsacsi?
He had to catch the wave. That's why he TP late.
Yeah.
So Gragas pushed it in and he made that TP play.
But
that's such a... I don't know, like that worked out. That looked really, really good. That was amazing play. But that was an extremely disrespectful play from TSM. Like Kha'Zix was actually in the area, he was coming down, and what happened was like Hylissang wasn't 2 yet, so like it had a small window, but they weren't able to take that.
If he got level 2 anytime earlier and flashed away and started to beat earlier, that could have been a disaster. But I mean, it looked very controlled by TSM though. Like the aggro as on Biofrost,
it was played very
tanked the tower very well, just to see here. It doesn't seem like there's much risk to it, but it could have went wrong for them.
Yeah.
But they got 2 kills on Hauntzer, so also I do believe top wave was good for Hauntzer.
No, it was really good.
He pushed wave into the tower first, so TPing for him is free. He got 2 kills. He has the new Dorn's Ring version, the Dark Seal, like a discount 3 Dorns. So yeah, bot lane we see 2 long swords for DoubleLift versus a boots for Samux. Feels bad.
Actually, now that I think about it, that was actually like it was so good that to me it was like too good. Like it was just perfect.
It shouldn't go this way.
It couldn't have been any more perfect because they not only push up top, so top wave is pushing towards Hauntzer, so that Gnar and Vizicsacsi, he's losing minions, and they lost a giant wave bottom, and they both died bottom, and the burn summoners, like their jungler was pulled down there. TP was used well, and oh my gosh.
I think as long as TSM doesn't die there, it's good for them because
they
have the good waves, and they will always force like Samux lose minions. As you see the CS score, he lost so many minions that play.
Yeah.
Even if they don't kill him, he still lose all the minions.
Exactly. That's what I was,
same thing for Vizicsacsi on top lane. They lose all minions no matter what. So just don't die. Nice hook. Doesn't do much. But yeah, W has 2 long swords. That means he goes as River or for better ranking. He can choose what he wants. I think this game River is better as well.
River? Really?
Yeah. I think
it's too hard.
There's not much HP on UOL side. I mean, it can be a Triforce and Black Cleaver, but if you want to build Blade, do it against Poke or do it. Actually, it's kind of Poke. This game Blade could be good in that regard, but generally against tanks with all HP, like I said, Gragas or a Maokai or something like that, it's good to have Blade because it threats them really hard. Or against Poke. So this game Blade could be a thing against the Poke of Corki, Jhin, maybe Kha'Zix W evolve. So.
Yeah, I mean, I usually just think I think Blade is like I'm thinking about the power spike rather than like the actual like the Blade itself. Because I don't like the Essence Reaver here because it's really hard to arrow anybody because they have Tahm Kench. So I want more damage. I want to just be able to kill that the Tahm Kench fast. So I like the Bork, even though it's like not the most efficient item. I use quite better.
I also buy Blade most of the games, but then again, last game DoubleLift was playing against a team that should have had like cleanses and dashes and Saya ults, but he bought SB anyways, so I think he was gonna go for that anyways because it worked out last game. I think Blade's better for a 1-item DPS power spike. Also have a Thresh lane, so you have a good kill pressure.
Yeah.
It's more lane dominant as well to have Blade, in my opinion. Build path is better. Lifesteal is good in lane phase. Sure. So yeah, I like Blade more, but I understand why he goes as a River, given his arrow success in the last couple of games.
True, yeah. I mean, being that like I kind of know Double pretty well, I would expect him to want to style this game. So I would expect the Bork, and I'm expecting him to try to like go off this game. It's just it's a very Double thing to do.
Very good start too, and
yeah, they're just so far ahead at this point.
E right there, and he spotted out the Kha'Zix.
Gave him the question mark ping too.
Yep.
Question mark ping.
Be afraid of Kha'Zix in bot lane. He's taking his red buff.
No timer of him, and I think that meanwhile during this, Svenskeren and Bjergsen are invading on top side map.
Yep.
Because Svenskeren actually did Raptor level 1 into any blue buff while they're invading level 1.
Yeah.
So they know that they're both spawn same time. So while they checked his red buff, they invaded top side. Very nice E by DoubleLift there. And a very nice emote as well. Like, haha, I took your blue buff.
It's one of the most annoying things playing against Ashe. Or when you have Ashe, it's like you can just do so much. You can affect the other side of the map just by hawk-shotting like your lane. It's like missing the jungler. It's so annoying, but I love it.
I love the communication there from TSM. Like, hey, Double, can you use E on the enemy Raptors? I mean, or red buff or Crocs, whatever.
Make sure
he's there. Okay, let's go for a blue buff. Then that means Bjergsen wins his lane even harder now because he has a blue buff advantage, I believe. Gave it Bjergsen. So now Bjergsen can win his lane mid, and Double and Biofrost all winning bot lane. So it's perfect for TSM. It's very nice play right there. Small things, but means so much.
Yeah, of course.
Ghost in top lane.
And there's a gank topside. And Hauntzer's low, but we're just going to watch him kill him.
But
it's chunking him.
Sickle, yeah.
That's fine.
He's going to QQR. Oh, nice shockwave.
No Vizicsacsi, so...
Oh my gosh.
Nice fight with TSM right there.
Yep.
That tower is probably going down. Oh, he has
here we go.
Up.
This is really bad.
That could be a kill actually. They have arrow. He has mana void.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Hylissang is W, so they can't
block the arrow right there. That was really good with Samux.
Yeah.
He moved in front of Tahm Kench to like block the arrow.
Yeah.
I think they could have went harder there.
Yeah, I feel too.
I mean, honestly, I feel like TSM has just been playing a lot more safe around their bot lane. Like, their bot lane's not trying to 2v2, and it's like, you don't need to. Like, you don't need those kills. But sometimes, I expect to see that out of TSM, you know? I want to see Double kind of style people.
Make a case that TSM is winning so hard on top and mid
exactly.
that
right.
they don't have
top.
to make that kind of play. Like, they don't need to make a play right now because they already had 3k gold and just in kills and CS. The towers are equal. Unicorn actually got mid tower there back in return for that top play, but so it's kind of worth for Unicorns and towers.
That's actually really good for you.
But goal-wise, not worth for them. But having a mage like Orianna, who's like very static and not so good at side laning, we have Jhin, Tahm Kench, Corki packages. You have very easy time like going mid lane, collapsing on Orianna. So I think tower-wise, it wasn't worth it for TSM, but gold-wise, they kind of like screwed up the Gnar a little bit more. They got some more CS on everyone.
First blood gold.
Yeah, first tower gold is much more as well. So gold-wise worth it, but the tower mid is much more important than top tower.
Exactly.
Even more so when you have a mage like Orianna or Syndra.
Especially Tahm Kench and Jhin.
I guess Tahm Kench and Jhin even more so. So tower-wise, yeah. Anyways, you see a pretty good field for TSM botlane here.
I mean, it just means that
win rate.
It just means that TSM have to play more around mid and make sure you get vision around mid. And if you do that, that sure does not matter.
Do you have any interest in watching the UOL bot line from like their POV and like figuring out what they're supposed to do to get around this? Like they're dealing with arrows and stuff.
They just need to hit level 6 on Tahm Kench right now.
I think doing that Drake here was a bit risky by TSM. They have bot lane priority and mid lane priority. I mean, not mid priority, but they have a package on Corki. So if there's a fight there, it could be really bad for TSM. But they had vision control, so they took a risk.
I think it's because Hauntzer was actually rotating down.
Yeah.
But it was still actually risky. If UOL had 6 on Tahm Kench and stuff and they were ready for the fight. But then again, it's also Air Dragon, so UOL probably wouldn't contest in the first place.
Yeah, it's EU LCS and Dragons at all. I mean, they're not going to contest them.
That's true.
Yeah. Don't get
them all for free. So I kind of want to keep talking about how bot lane's going here. Obviously, TSM seems to be like the much better team. They're winning a lot, but they're winning through top lane right now. So how much does it change your playstyle when you're DoubleLift and Biofrost? Like, all right, just get carried, or how much does it change your playstyle when you're Samux?
Carried, but just don't like, don't make.
Oh, there's ult
There's an ult bit.
Yeah.
No tower for Bjergsen. Nice forge.
Rooted.
Arrow coming. What the
He did not
You have a Tahm Kench? Why do you bother?
Oh my god, man.
Oh, he's dead.
Right now, I'm so triggered.
XD.
The guy flashed over you to
kill your support.
Oh man.
Well, good arrow DoubleLift. Thanks, Unicorns.
I guess arrow doubles knew that was gonna happen with
Dude, he's just so smart. DoubleLift just knows.
He has like the future in his hands. He just knows.
I don't know why I put him B tier, dude. That guy's a soothsayer.
I mean, if he had gotten those kills by, that would have been A tier.
Yeah. If he was 4-0-0, he'd be A tier, but it's only assists.
You know.
Oh, that's a prediction too. He flashed into it.
I think that was a miss, but he got lucky.
Nice. That was predicted, man.
Yeah.
He just knew.
He's like DoubleLift. They're just predicting all these dukes right here, and Sven just
Lord,
killing everyone. That's pretty nice.
Sucks for Unicorns.
Oh,
They also like episode of bad play followed by even worse play.
Yeah.
Now Samux is face checking Biofrost. He has flashed up.
All right, 1v1. Who's gonna win?
Nice land. Oh, there's Tahm Kench here too. I think Hylissang can flash over, but
TSM won that one. All right, so I legit want to just like do a Biofrost stream because I'm always interested. So and the reason why, and I don't want it to be a joke, like I'm very intrigued in warding patterns and how you set up for your team, right? Because we've talked so much like, wow, TSM's vision is better, right? They've got more control, they've got everything else, and I want to see like literally the ways in which he does it because we don't ever really watch pros ward. And maybe it's going to be really boring, but I'm intrigued by what it could look like. And that's just like a terrible flash because he has the ability. I know, it's bad.
So vision is a very different game when you're ahead. When you're ahead, you can walk in as 1 or 2 people into 3 people, and you don't really care. You can't die. Your team's gonna come up faster. But when you're behind or even, you have to actually bring in your whole team, your whole squad, because you have to be ready for a fight. When you're walking in for vision, you're basically saying, I'm trying to fight you, but if you don't fight me, I'll put words. And so right now, there's like, I'm going to walk in with 1 person. It doesn't really matter. You can't fight me anyways.
Yeah.
So the game is just way easier, and there's just no repercussions for not doing correctly. So right now, they can just move wherever they want, just put down wards wherever they want. Another play from UOL, though.
Round 2.
Right in the mid. And nope, nothing.
That was bad.
It's hard. It's just so hard.
It means that DoubleLift oh, that was nice there.
They got damage to Bjergsen.
Bjergsen's going to go down here, I think.
Yeah, he does. Nice play.
Is not coming, I guess.
It was down. He threw it when they Tahm Kench ulted in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And he went the other way around.
But anyways, DoubleLift is bottom pushing the wave here.
Yeah, that turn's dead, probably.
Yeah, so they will lose bot tower for this. Even if they got like 5 kills here or whatever, they will still lose bot tower. So it's just like Unicorns making a play that's very high risk and the reward is
But they have
low.
to.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, yeah, I agree they have to because they're so far behind and they're getting outscaled. not really outscaled, but they have Corki Jhin, but they can't get to the scaling point at this point. So.
In this position, you just kind of have to like try to make stuff happen, get some kills. You're gonna slowly lose the game. They're gonna choke you out like, with the vision thing, where basically they can walk in and you're not ready to fight them when they're together. So you have to try to catch them when they're split, and they have to go for stuff like this. And it looks really bad as for UOL, and they're just gonna keep losing kills and keep dying. But that's a good thing though. Like you don't want to just slowly choke out. You want to try stuff, and if it doesn't go well, I mean, you can wait, try again.
Yeah. Also, another thing is that if you see Thresh walking into your jungle alone, you might not think he's alone, but he has wards in your jungle and you don't see his teammates anywhere, so you just have to like assume he's with his jungler or his AD carry or something like that. Anyways, TSM putting a duel in top lane here. Phreak is down and Herald's up. It's very easy.
Right, and I want to point out that like Biofrost is proactive here, right? It's like, okay, Double's going top side, we're playing for top side, and Biofrost is here first, saying, okay, it's warded up. When they come to rotate for top tier 2, we've already got vision.
Also, he's alone in there, but
they don't know.
They don't know. They have 0 wards on this side of the map, and there's nothing to take for unicorns on both sides of the map, except for the tower. But they have Gragas with a gauntlet and tabbies that they cannot kill, so he can wait for their tower. They might try to dive him here with Kha'Zix and Tahm Kench, but this is like a so high risk play that if Hauntzer just gives a tower here, or kills the wave like this, you can just back out and...
Yeah, Gragas is so good for this, actually.
Yeah, Gragas or Echo top lane, or, you know, like, running someone's Tiamat. Oh, he actually failed out a little bit.
He messed up pretty hard there. He could have easily...
He should die here.
He'll gonna die for that.
This is kind of like the kind of play you shouldn't make as Hauntzer. Like, my team is winning, getting Herald for free, I just back off now. You have tower for free, it's no problem. We have Herald, we can get 2 towers in return. We have tempo on top side of the map. But yeah, I think good play by unicorns anyways to like get something somewhere.
Trade a turret, like you have to go for the But to be fair, I think Hauntzer misplayed that. He should ulted and then flash E, try to get as much distance as possible. But I mean,
also he didn't flash any spells there.
It's a little unlucky.
Unicorns get that back at tower. They lost top tower tier 2 and mid tower tier 1 for this, but when you're behind, getting something is better than getting nothing and losing everything slowly sometimes.
Exactly. You want to trade turrets as much as possible.
Yeah, trade towers better. Even if they trade 1 tower, 2 towers, it's better than just not doing anything and just losing 1 tower for free slowly.
So you're going to lose that mid turret eventually, so you might as well trade.
Now TSM should base and put a duel in either mid lane or bot side of the map to play for the Drake. It's a win Drake, so they might not care about it. Only thing is here that Unicorn has pressure here. They have wards everywhere, but they have AShe Hawkshot, so I want to see TSM using either blue trinkets, which they have, or using the AShe E to like take vision back in the jungle, because they're ahead, but when you have no vision, you can't really contest like the vision here. Also, like it's the package, so
the package is scary.
Yeah, see the map vision for TSM there, it's completely dark, so they might choose to give up this tower. I mean, sorry, the Drake, not the tower.
No. We're Americans. We'll take that Drake. We'll fight you for it. The EU and you is speaking, saying that we're not going to contest it, but we're going to contest this.
But yeah, TSM has a bot lane, bot side, which means they want to play for the Drake, or the bot lane tower tier 2, because the Baron doesn't really matter anyways, so you might as well play for the bot tower tier 2 at this point of the game.
Alright, so we recognize that was Air Dragon, so we actually didn't care about it. FYI.
FYI. If you're wondering why we give a Drake to the Europeans.
It's an Air Drake,
Europeans. It is better than it is better than giving it credit for. I don't hear your crap. Actually, the guy who runs OraclesElixir.com, it's like a stats website for Pro League. He actually did basically a regression, like looking at gold leads versus like what Drakes you have. And Cloud Drake actually was better than Mountain Drake in terms of its effect on you winning. Like it already controls for gold leads, so it's like a Cloud Drake was like worth like 800 gold or whatever or something, and Mountain was worth like 500 or something like that. I forget the numbers, but it was like pretty substantially worth more.
You can't put value on Drakes, Phreak.
Huh?
You can't put values on Drakes like that.
But it's basically like
discrimination, Phreak.
Yeah, come on, Phreak.
What? No, but it's basically like comparing it to like what, like the chance of a team winning based on what it had at like the 15-minute mark. I know you're messing with me, but like it's underrated is all I'm saying.
Okay.
Anyways, here Unicorns finally get there.
Infernal's still the best. I'll give you that.
I think Mountain is like, it's a little bit hard to use because like it's kind of niche.
Right.
But when you're winning or you're even, that Mountain Drake can like open up so many opportunities. Whereas Air Drake, it's kind of like very unnoticeable.
It is unnoticeable. It just
which feels bad. I mean, I think it's not that bad, but it just kind of looks kind of bad.
You just don't notice it, but like. You don't realize that, like, oh, Cinder got to the team fight 1 second earlier and landed that stun that saved me, but you never knew it was Cloud Drake.
Exactly.
And that happens, like, maybe once or twice a game, but you never realized it.
I think one thing with Ocean Drake and Mountain Drake is that you always notice them.
Yes, of course.
Like, guys, I have Mountain Drake, we can watch a Baron.
Of course.
Or we can stay in this fight, we have Ocean Drakes, so we can stay in the fight for longer. But with Wind Drake, you're like, not like...
You never realize what it's good for.
Walked up, we have Wind Drakes.
Of course, of course. I know, it's all very, like, randomly something goes better.
Hauntzer with a nice TP to save DoubleLift there. Just probably going to go down.
Oh, he's gonna TP and recall.
Start to win 1v1 there. He has flash to dodge the arrow.
I do think at some point we should probably remake Cloud Drake, and it's like you get like a phage effect, right? It's like on hit you get 5 move speed or something. Like so you feel the movement, right?
Yeah.
And you just find a value that makes it balanced because people clearly don't think it's good, and they don't. There's no really way to play it around Atacom at move speed. So
Samux picking up his seal here, working towards his shift fire cannon duo. I imagine. I think he'll go for the shift or the fire cannon first. We have seen both, and depends on the person. I think he's going to fire cannon first. Personally, I like that more.
For Jhin?
on Jhin, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
You have wards as well. You have very hard hitting attacks for the wards heal, so it's even better. You're playing against AShe and Orianna, champions.
They're both scary.
So yeah, I think he's going for the fire cannon. DoubleLift probably going for a Essence Reaver into a Hurricane build again.
Yeah,
I imagine.
So talking about how the 4 players are going to approach getting into a team fight, does Samux want to ult at the beginning and help Corki get in? Is he going to go for autos and ult at the end of it?
I think ulting at the beginning is really useless because there's a tank that can absorb every single bullet. It does not much damage to tanks. Given his build as well, he has no lethality. So I think you should save it for like the finisher kind of tool. Like let's chase them with the Jhin ult, Corki arrow.
Ooh.
Okay. Hylissang.
He lived.
TSM has not mid rider here.
Yeah,
catch a wave mid there.
Yeah.
Catch a wave mid now. Push next one. Move into Baron.
They're playing for this gank topside though.
Risky.
They're gonna 4v2 this, or 4v3 this.
Yeah, this is very risky.
Such as TP.
Just being on TP. If they back out here,
it's great. Cancel it, and then...
Yeah, that's not bad.
UOL could bait that a little harder, because AShe was not there at all.
Yeah, I agree. I think now Hauntzer has to base and go bot again, else they'll have to trade towers. Yeah, he's basing right now, so that's good.
Yeah. They don't see him basing though, so they don't know. Oh, he's gonna try to play here.
Tachi's not hitting tower bots, so they can go in and hit the...
Oh, wow, that shockwave.
Nice hook too. Not much
Body smash. Explosive cast.
Oh,
2.
Wow.
Samux is touching out.
Hauntzer taking a lot of damage from Turf, but he should live.
Don't go.
Sven!
Svenskeren.
Oh, brother Sven, thank you. Or, no, not thank you.
Alright, Biofrost running.
Yes, flash up.
No turret shot.
He's fine.
Gnar?
That guy also flashed, but he's
oh,
fine.
No. He's probably dead. Oh, he's so dead.
I think TSM is honestly just trolling at this point.
Unicorns will win team fights!
It feels like TSM is trolling at this point. They're like winning so hard, and the game is so easy, but they actually just trolled and gave 3 kills to Corki right there.
That was a solo queue play right there. They're so sloppy.
That was
he has a lantern.
Very good flash. Right?
XD.
Oh, he's package. No, he has package. Oh
my gosh.
Oh no, Bjergsen, where's the lantern?
Yes, unicorns!
Oh, Exile!
Yes!
Wow.
The unicorns win team fights!
Wait, am I allowed to be bad?
Exile! Exile!
Oh, he emoted him.
Oh no.
That could be a Baron for unicorns.
Yep. Alright, see, they find a way to win.
Wow.
Please don't see Baron. Please don't see Baron. Wait, am I allowed to be biased, by the way?
Of course you are. You were literally playing in this tournament.
Unicorns!
Sven, come on, please.
Fear our horns.
For NA.
Wait, I heard the crowd.
For NA.
Oh! For Denmark!
Oh
and he killed him!
Oh my god.
Oh.
You are 5 people alive. How can't you do a Baron 5v1? Like,
oh, that's amazing. Alright, so TSM's winning again.
That was a nice try.
Yeah?
I think that was a very valiant effort.
What was that, by the way? What was all this?
That was... Okay, so I don't know what happened. I think it's like... I think TSM was trolling.
Like, Svenskeren trolled it.
I don't know.
Double died. Then someone else died. Package.
We're all trolling.
Haunters.
Okay, that's a good cast.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad cast because it made him turn around.
Lick him? Okay.
It made it look like it was bad cast because he missed, but he made the guy turn around at least.
Yeah, he was looking to back up.
He created distance.
Well, he hit the Gnar. Gnar had Mallet, right?
One single person just stop this guy from taking it. Like, block the Q at least. Like, at the very, very... Oh,
Chachi jumped over.
my eyes.
If they stopped DPS, they could have killed him, but they kept hitting it. They knew he was
and then
there.
He kills Exileh on top of it. Oh,
yeah.
That was sweet, actually.
Yeah, that was
looked cool, but...
The Q doesn't follow when you flash.
I think he failed his flash. I mean, it's not necessary, but it looked cool. So,
yeah.
Worth it. He got no flash. He's dead.
Hylissang's dead. Yep. No flash.
Oh.
Close fight. Nice try.
And double XM for PD this game, as opposed to the Hurricane. Huh. I think it's not bad against Kha'Zix or like in general like Zed, LeBlancs, but I think it doesn't really matter what he buys.
He bought Ninja Tabby too. I think it's one of those like let myself get carried things, right?
TSM's
so far ahead, and
so they have 4 champions that are like all attack / like physical base. Yeah. Corki's not AD champion anymore, but he has all attacks.
Yeah, Ninja works against him.
Yeah, they do work. Yeah. So they're, in my opinion, good buy.
Yeah, I think it's
Samux did get the shift as opposed to the fire cannon.
Okay. It's wave clear can help you defend a little bit.
Maybe he's behind, so he thinks he wins wave clear against the TSM Siege.
Yeah, I think it's probably... Jhin wave clear is so bad.
Yeah, he'll come probably getting both anyways. Fire cannon and shift is very strong on Jhin. Once he actually gets them, he gets more AD from crit and attack speed, so he hits harder than most AD carriers with this kind of combination. He has less range than like Caitlyn or something, but he hits harder than them, so there's that.
When do you choose to Youmuu's rush on Jhin and when not?
I think it's fine if you're either A, winning lane phase, which they didn't, or B, playing against tanks, which piece. I mean, playing
against, should be bad against
no
tanks.
Yeah, sorry, okay. I mean, against tanks you don't buy it. Against squishies, like let's say
they're running a Jace
against unicorns,
or something.
you could buy humans if you want to. There's no tanks there. There's a hybrid tank. Gnar and Kha'Zix are like half kind of, but
right. But it's a 25-minute Warden's mail. Like it's not exactly a tank.
Against tanks like Gragas and Hylissang or like hybrid tank Hylissang is not very efficient. Vitality works well against things with not much armor, but against the Gragas with, let me see how much armor he has. 220. Nice. That's great.
Iceborne Gauntlet, nice Stone Plate, Ninja Tabby.
And of course, Tabby's always.
Yep.
Never ever mercs or anything because there's no CC in Unicorn's team comp almost. So yeah, you don't buy humans against that. You buy. I think you should consider picking up a Last Whisper. Sometime soon. There's how much bonus armor on Hauntzer? I can't see that, but a lot of it.
Probably 120.
100 something. Definitely worth it to buy. That Whisper. Even more so when a Gargoyle is active. The passive is active.
And there's 2 Tabbies and Deadman's almost done for Sven.
Even Tabbies don't make it worth it, but just a little bit more armor than Tabbies and it's worth it. So I think you should consider picking up Last Whisper, maybe Dominic's after his fire cannon, but just early Last Whisper is good.
Xpecial, have you tried new Xerxe much?
Yeah, it's awful.
Oh really? It just sucks?
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised.
Wait, people keep telling me that's amazing. Like people as in writers, like it's amazing. Yeah, casters. Like, oh, it's such a great item.
It's gold efficient without the unique passive, so I thought it would just be a good item.
Yeah, but you want HP though.
It gives. Oh, it's just armor MR as a.
I mean, don't think you want more defensive stats.
Right.
Critical.
And it's better items.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, that's fair.
Tanks. He just like laughs.
Yeah, the shield's blocked it all.
Even the shield when it's half HP blocks the entire ult. I mean, he's only level 11 against level 14 Gragas, but
with 220 armor or whatever.
Yeah. But still, it's rough.
Yeah, it's tough times for Samux. He's a bit poor in this game too, down 70 CS almost. Soon he's gonna get Flame Horizon.
Yeah.
So, that really sucks as well.
Difficult game.
You can't really farm any minions in the map right now.
Oh.
Playing Tahm is so depressing in this kind of match shit.
I'll save you. We're gonna lose anyway.
Yeah.
You can like look for the ult flanks. He tried earlier this game. They didn't work out. TSM was ready for him.
Honestly, I don't think Samux played necessarily bad.
Or he missed ult though.
Yeah, that's Shockwave down.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, they can't really do anything with it. But
Shockwave no flash.
Oh, this is the kind of desperate engage from Unicorns.
It's a good try.
Win the side. I think Unicorns have been happy with the fact that they pushed off TSM from the inhibitor.
No, I think they have to because they're just gonna come back with ult again. So you might as well try for something.
But how can you engage? You don't have Gino, you don't have anything to engage with.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. It's really, really hard.
I think flash and shot was pretty rough.
TSM have Baron for at least until like 2 minutes after, but I guess what to do is hopeless. Maybe cast La base here with Flourish.
You just win a random team fight. That's what Unicorns does, dude. Yeah. They give away Baron afterwards.
Yeah, I guess there's not much Unicorns can do anymore.
Yeah,
but
it's rough.
About Xerxe. I think
trash.
Xerxe.
Terrible.
Terrible.
You know you can proc it infinitely with Tahm Kench ult?
Yeah, I heard about it. You can just channel it. And
you stop and cancel?
Yeah, you ult and then cancel, and then you can just have it up.
What about something like Karma?
Well, that's a 45-second cooldown.
Every like 10,
Karma?
20 seconds.
Okay, so it's only good on melee tanks. And the problem with tank supports is that you're not actually in melee range of the enemy team.
Right.
Because if you're in melee range of the enemy team, you're getting killed by their range champions. And your Xerxe doesn't do anything to range champions anyways because it's so small. And the only way that it actually does anything is if you're trying to kill assassins who are in melee range of you.
Okay.
And your range attackers are hitting them. And in that situation, you want more defense and you want to give shields for your team.
Exileh is running
down. Why did he go that way?
I don't know.
He's running down really fast.
Question mark?
He's trying to run down mid.
Yeah. He got close.
Yeah. But yeah, so Xerxe is just like, it sounds good, it looks good, but in real situations, it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I think on like top lane tanks, maybe.
Speaking items, Double has the sweet eye edge, does like that.
Yep. He does a million damage now.
Like the 80 carry item.
Of them
all day.
That's where you actually want to damage.
Samux did not go for Last Whisper. I mean, I don't know what he's going for here. No gold anyways. So.
Yeah, it's kind of over, but I would go Last Whisper power him.
Gragas is balanced here, as you can see. Very balanced.
A little bit I mean, he's a little bit ahead in gold. They're up like 10k. All right, it's over.
Nice hook too.
Yeah, that was nice.
Well
played. Not up for Samux. No, it was up.
Unlucky. Yeah. Blame lag.
I think you could be see him like in the middle of like fat Gragas and stuff.
Yeah. Oh. All right, Exileh lives. There you go. Okay, not anymore. Good job, DoubleLift. You got the kill.
Is that A-tier material right there?
What's up?
Is that A-tier material right there?
I mean, he's 3 and 1. Like, I don't know. He's got like the second least kills in his team. I think Bjergsen deserves A tier.
He killed all the minions in the base before he died.
That's good. That's how you up your CS stats.
DoubleLift. He kills all the minions now. Look.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I do that every solo game to hope to get an S.
Sweet LoL eSports.
Yeah, he's getting those stats. Exactly.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, again, I do that to try to get an S so I can get like the chests. Because CS matters, right?
Don't you have like all the skins anyways?
No, I actually don't have unlimited RP anymore. They got rid of that like a year ago. Yeah, we have to play more like a player, so I don't have like infinite. My Smurf doesn't even have all the champions.
What?
Yeah, so pro players get infinite RP and you can play with gym skins.
That's right.
We don't have infinite RP.
No, but you have enough to like play with stuff.
We don't have skins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do. We have like updates that give us new skins every 2 weeks.
Yeah, but don't give us RP though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What do you use RP
I don't
for
get
anyways?
either.
Well, you can gift people. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
Give your own Smurfs more skins.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, wonderful. Apparently, I think the analyst desk is ready. So if they are, then take it away, Shocks.
Take it away from them. TSM up 2-0, and well, not as decisive as victory as game 1, but it will be hard to top that. Still a very decisive victory. And in game 1, we saw that Unicorns of Love tried to execute some dives that went wrong, but this time around, it was TSM that made the initiative. So let's get the first replay up on our screen because they pulled the trigger early, Jack.
Showing them how it's done. Yeah, Samux was on like 6 CS at this point in the game because this is a continuation of a really good early laning phase by TSM's bottom lane, but then also having the adaptation to go for the dive. And then the actual execution of the dive was really good because it was the support and the tanky Gragas top laner who took the majority of the turret shots, which allowed the damage dealers to get it done.
I think there's so many little things too. Svenskeren pathing down to set up the TP ward for Hauntzer at the exact right time. The bot lane with their wave manipulation actually having a very slow push after they had already harassed Samux out. So the wave crashing exactly as the TP comes in, exactly as Svenskeren finishes Krugs. Like the whole thing was so good.
And it was really important that TSM made this play happen too, because the expectation is that UOL, they're going to look for another rotation up to the top side, and this time, Xerxe has a Gnar, so being able to dive becomes easier, being able to push the wave, they've already got harassment on the turret, they can open up the map sooner, and the game plan from game 1 should be more effective in game 2, but TSM were like, no, we're going to dive you at level 2, and they did a fantastic job of it.
I believe we're also going to take a look at a top lane dive because not only did they put pressure on the bottom lane, they also put pressure on the top lane because they know that Vizicsacsi can be influential on this Gnar.
And this was something that the casters talked a lot about, which is very much how well TSM utilize mid lane pressure. The fact that Bjergsen on this Orianna always has the mid wave under control, and they utilize that to not only get vision in the river, but to then translate that into ganks across the map is just one of the big strengths that TSM have demonstrated in this tournament.
I also think one of the impressive parts about it is actually how quickly they returned for that gank. They had already forced out the flash earlier, so being able to organize that dive before Xerxe has his flashback gives them essentially a free kill, and I think it's all these little things that TSM are doing that are making them look so dominant.
And all the skirmishes just look very clean from the side of TSM as well, and that is something that we had praised Unicorns for, that they usually in those situations, those scrappy situations, do better. Does this have to do with the goal difference, the fact that TSM has been so far ahead, or does this have to do with the fact that they are just one step above, even in those skirmishes and team fights today?
I mean, I think it's a little bit of both. The team clearly seems to be playing better together. You can see Vizicsacsi on screen has had some good moments, but the team play has just been so much stronger for TSM. The one little blip where they overdove the mid lane was pretty much it for this game, and then Svenskeren swung it back with the Baron steal. Aside from that sequence of events, it would have been a solid TSM victory.
And I will say, we got to give some credit to Exileh because, you know, we were definitely pretty hard in him. I think in the pre-game, the expectations were very low for him. He did have a strong game on Corki. Certainly wasn't enough to actually turn the tides of the game, but he is playing, I think, better than some people may have expected. Like, lane has not been a catastrophe for him by any means.
And I think that's really important to note because a lot of the early deficits that the Unicorns usually suffer do come from that mid lane, the fact that Exileh does struggle so much, but this time it's been a very team-orientated deficit that either TSM facilitating or UOL are falling into failure.
Well, in this game, we're waiting for kind of the last huzzah, and it came for the Unicorns of Love. They won a team fight, so that could have been the turnaround, but it wasn't quite. We're going to take a look at this replay brought to you by Acer because they do manage to get some kills.
Yeah, Brother Sven going a little bit too deep here and giving them their chance, but I mean, he made up for it later on. TSM, you know, they do dive too deep. They do get actually taken out. Vizicsacsi able to come around behind, and I think that this was an opening into the game for UOL, but everything kind of goes.
We can forgive TSM this moment of being overeager, I presume. Yeah.
I think we will, especially because Sven is able to later steal the Baron, right?
They immediately turn it back around. They make one big bad play, but then I hope we get this to roll all the way.
Yeah, we will look at the whole thing, but I think we're going to take a look at Exileh finishing off 2 people as well.
Yeah, I mean, he had the package, right, coming out of base, so TSM again get punished more for the overdive. He kills pretty much everyone, and then you think that UOL can just turn to Baron, and how many times had we seen this story? It seemed like every UOL group stage victory, but Svenskeren does everything possible. The smite from Xerxe comes out a little bit early. They don't communicate well enough to stop damage on Baron long enough to just kill Sven, and by the time he goes in, they are forced into a 50-50 steal. And killing Exileh on the way out was just the cherry on top.
The fact that he survives, too, is just like, oh, that sucks.
And it could have been so big if Unicorns of Love were able to get that Baron, too. Like, the map completely changes. They buy so much more time. They get a lot more gold. And it hurts as a Unicorns of Love fan to see that happen right at that moment, but TSM fans are like, oh, Sven, that was beautiful. Because the fact that he was able to get that steal, he died, and you made this great quote, Azale, Sven giveth, but he also taketh away. And I feel like that was so apt for what happened in that moment.
Yeah, and it really hurts for Unicorn that Svenskeren made that play, because we've seen from the early games, this tournament and in this series, that TSM has the upper hand over UOL. And you only get so many chances to get those comeback team fights into Barons. If they make that play, there's a good chance they actually win the game. But now they're in a situation where they would have to do that 3 times in a row to take the series. And that was their moment to try and get back into that game.
That could have been that moment to, well, turn it all around for the Unicorns of Love, but they didn't get it. The series is on the line for the Unicorns of Love when they step up on stage for Game 3. And after the break, we'll also hear from Phoenix One's jungler, Mike Young, so stick around.
Finds Samux! Devour buys a few seconds of time for Vizicsacsi to arrive. First blood is available, picked up by Svenskeren. Hauntzer rather, makes it a double kill.
Thomas,
I kick him. Still flash.
TP. No. Okay, I take. Okay, let's go. Got him.
No damage to follow up. Here comes Exileh. He's looking for Bjergsen. Bjergsen's looking for Chachi. The attack in the distance not enough. Exileh's on a rampage. He hits Bio with a big one. Death sentence comes out, but there's no tower to run to.
No. Stole it base. Oh my god. Holy. Dragon's in a minute.
He goes in! Team Solomid steal the Baron! Got a package. Gonna need that one to escape.
Oh, wrong way.
Does it the opposite direction.
Wait, I clicked on... Oh my god, maybe I clicked on the map.
Team Solomid go 2-0 up in the Rift Rivals Finals.